Okay, so in this lesson, we're going to look at backward scanning. And backward scanning tells us the latest start time for each activity. Okay, and that's definitely want to know that. Now, in order to backward scan, again, we need to draw our little houses and do a forward scan first. After we've done that, we're going to assign the finish vertex a latest finish time equal to the critical time of the project. So let's do that first before we go on to step 4 and 5. Okay, so draw your houses. Remember that you just need one at each node. Put a 0 in your start vertex and let's add forward, choosing the highest number. So we can either choose 6 or 3. We've got to choose 6. 6 plus 2, 8. That's a pretty easy forward scan. Okay, so what we do now is 8 is the overall length of the project, the earliest finish time. So we put an 8 there, we make it the same. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go backwards and subtract. So what we're going to do is we're going to proceed from right to left along each path. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to write the latest finish time into each square as it's encountered. When 2 or more paths join going backwards, this time we're going to choose the lowest total. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go 8, take 2 is 6. Now when we come back to this guy, we have this path and this path coming in, and we've got to choose the lowest. So we can either choose 6, that bottom number, take 6, which is 0, or we could choose 6, take 3, which is 3. I've got to choose the 0. Now I've done a backward scan. The critical path is that longest path through the network, which is going to be a bit hard to see with this one, but it's got to be the 6 and the 2. So our critical path is A to C. That's our critical path, and its length is 8. Okay, let's have a look at a harder one and actually probably make it a bit easier because we'll have some options as we go. So first of all, pause the video and draw in your little houses. Next, put a 0 in your start vertex. And again, I'll get you to pause the video and do your own forward scanning so you can check that you get it right. So hopefully we've got the same answer there. Just remember this dummy activity has a length of 0. Okay, so even my 11 plus 0 still remained at 11. Okay, so now we're going to backward scan together. So let's write 36 in the final box. And what we're going to do is we're going to start subtracting, and whenever more than one go into a node, so for example here and here, we're going to choose the smallest number. All right, so have a look where that might happen when we're going backwards, more than one coming into a node. So here, I like to identify them, it makes it a bit easier. All right, let's see how we go. So now, don't have to worry about this guy, so that's fine. So what's 36 minus 8? That's 28. All right, now we do have to worry about this intersection here. Remember, I've got to choose the smallest. So we either do 28 minus 9, which I think is 19, or we can do 36 minus 14, which is 22. I choose the 19. I choose the smallest one, and you might want to sort of write them there as rough working to help you. Okay, so now let's have a look at this one. This one should be fine. 28 minus 1 is 27. Okay, be careful here, be careful here. This should be fine. 19 minus 8 is 11. All right, I could sort of do this one here because that'll be easy. 11 minus 5 is 6, but I am going to have to be very careful here. All right, coming backwards down to this guy, I can either choose, and remembering I've got to choose the smallest total, 11 minus 0 or 27 minus 4. Well, 11 minus 0. This one here, again, I need to be careful. I either do 11 minus 3, which is 8, or 27 minus 1, so obviously the 8. Okay, one to go. So now again we choose the smallest, so we either got 6 minus 3, 11 minus 5, or 8 minus 8 is 0. You'll know you're right if you've got a 0 there. So basically now we've found the latest finishing time for any activity. So for example, remember we're using the bottom box, the latest I can finish activity A would be 6. The latest I could finish activity G would be 27. We also will be able to find the critical path. So if you look at all the houses that are the same, so obviously the 0, 0, the 8, 8, 11, 11, 11, 11, this guy, and the finish, they will highlight the critical path through the network. So the critical path is B, E, forget about the dummy, H and J, and we call them critical activities. They're the activities that can't be delayed, otherwise they'll delay the overall project. We'll do more on that next lesson.